The Champion Who Began with Learning by Avwodo.D. Chapter 1. The first step of every champion, learning. Every champion's story begins at the classroom of life. No one is born wise, skilled, or ready for greatness. Every great man or woman you admire today once sat somewhere unknown, learning, observing, and being molded by time and truth. Learning is the foundation of all greatness. It is the unseen seed that grows into the visible fruit of success. When God created man, He gave him the gift of curiosity, the hunger to know, to understand, and to grow. It is this divine curiosity that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. A champion is not the one who knows everything, but the one who is willing to learn anything. Many people desire success, but despise the process of learning that prepares them for it. They want to lead, but avoid the discipline of being led. They dream to teach, yet resist being taught. But learning is the price every destiny must pay before wearing the crown of excellence. The humble student within. Every hero in the Bible began as a student in the hands of God. Moses learned in Pharaoh's palace before leading in the wilderness. David learned with sheep before he conquered Goliath. Joseph learned in the pit and prison before he ruled in the palace. Each of them went through lessons that shaped their character before they could handle greatness. God often uses learning to test your humility and endurance. Learning teaches you patience. It humbles your ego and sharpens your mind. The price of ignorance. Ignorance is the enemy of destiny. It is not poverty that destroys men, but the refusal to learn. A man who stops learning begins to die slowly. Ignorance blinds the eyes of the mind and limits what a person can become. The book of Proverbs says, "Wise men lay up knowledge." Proverbs 10 verse 14. That means knowledge is stored treasure, and every treasure seeker must dig. Learning keeps your spirit alive and your mind open to God's direction. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing, and when growth stops, greatness fades. A story, The Potter and the Clay. There was once a young man who went to a potter to learn how to make clay vessels. He watched the potter mold the clay and thought it looked easy. The next day, he tried to make his own pot, but failed. The clay kept breaking in his hands. Out of frustration, he said, "I don't need to learn. I'll find my own way." The potter smiled and said, "You cannot lead the clay until you first learn how to obey the wheel." That day, the young man realized that learning is not weakness. It is the process that prepares your hands for mastery. So it is in life. Until you learn, you cannot lead. Until you are molded, you cannot shine. Champions are not born. They are trained through learning. Wisdom point. Learning is not